Well, a new police unit could be making its way to the city of Lexington. There's a catch, though. This one doesn't run on gas. It has another connection to the city's legacy with horses. Well, joining us now live this morning to share more about this proposal is Lexington's Police Chief Greene. Good day to you. Thank you for joining us this morning, Ms. Greene.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, first off, can you share with us a little bit of what your inspiration is and also reasoning behind this proposal?
Absolutely. So when I first came to Lexington and saw the nostalgic charm of our downtown area and how quaint and vibrant the city is, and coming from the city of Richmond as well as the city of Portsmouth, where we had a mounted unit, I thought this would be perfect to have a mounted unit in the city of Lexington that is already a horse enthusiast community with the horse center nearby, that the mounted unit would serve a perfect way for recruitment and retention of officers and enhanced community engagement, as well as increased public safety for our citizens of Lexington.
Now, Chief Greene, how would this unit help existing officers and the department day to day, or at least at special events?
Absolutely. So day-to-day operations, the mounted unit would perform the same duties as an officer in a vehicle. It's just an alternative means of patrol. As you said, the officer won't be in their vehicles. They'll be on the horses. They will still answer radio calls. They'll still be able to perform all the duties that a normal police officer performs in a car, but they're exposing themselves to the community as goodwill ambassadors with the horses because they break down those barriers. People naturally want to come up to officers, especially officers on horses, and ask questions. So the mounted unit, outside of doing their regular day-to-day operations, they have the pomp and stance of performing special events, parades, not just in the city of Lexington, but in the entire Blue Ridge area. We would be the only mounted unit for 150 miles. The next mounted unit is in the city of Richmond. So we could be utilized for other special events. We could be utilized for crowd control, intelligence, surveillance, as well as missing and search and rescue of individuals throughout the area. So outside of just the enhanced public safety, the engaged community interaction, we also want to do therapeutic programs with the horses. We know that horses are able to assist individuals that are having mental health issues, physical disabilities, that have been traumatized and have trust issues. We want to use our horses with the police officers and engaged professionals that we can improve the quality of life of all of our citizens, from the young to the mature, that may need a little bit of assistance outside of normal law enforcement activities.
Okay, Chief Greene, if you could just kind of share with us what kind of community support you're getting.
Oh, absolutely. When we went out and I just talked about the vision of the mounted unit, today I actually will go forward to City Council to introduce the idea and to have an approval to publicly talk about the mounted unit. We've already had an influx of donations. We've had already $10,000 of cash donations. We have about $55,000 of in-kind donations. We have a vet who is willing to perform the routine vet care for the horses. We have businesses that are going to do the food and the hay for the horses. The horse center gave us the gracious barn and turnout area at the horse center to utilize for the mounted unit stables, which equates to about $36,000 a year in savings. So without publicly going forward, we have about 30 citizens that have come together to form a board called the Lexington Mounted Unit Incorporated, and they will annually try to raise funds to maintain the operation and the care of the mounted unit, in the hopes of not having to ask City Council for any funds to keep this program going.
Wow,
Okay.
that is interesting. That my next question is actually about the funding and the money. How much do you anticipate it would actually cost to have a mounted patrol department? Maybe give us more of a breakdown of those expenses and exactly how it would be funded.
Absolutely. So it would cost, we're averaging or we're estimating about $30,000 a year annually after we start up the unit. The unit will probably take about $80,000 to $100,000 to start up. We do want to acquire about 3 to 4 horses. And part of the donations is we were donated 2 horses already. We already have 2 out of the possible 4 horses that were donated to us, which is part of the donations. So again, without going public, we are close to being started. We already have a stable, the horse center, 2 horses, money, in-kind donations, as well as cash donations that to get us started. But on a day-to-day annual operational expense, it'll cost about $20,000 to $30,000. But as I stated before, right now we have about 30 dedicated and committed citizens that have formed a Lexington Mounted Unit Board that are committed to raising money annually to offset that cost so that the city of Lexington will not have to incur any of those expenses.
All right, Chief Angela Greene with the Lexington Police Department. We appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Now, tonight's meeting of the Lexington City Council starts at 7 p.m. at the middle school.